And another good afternoon from Elmley. We've got double the fun today. We've got Elmley, and then we're going to jump on a boat to go out to the old forts, which is about a 3-hour round trip. So I'm really hoping there's some good seabird action out there. And it's because it's going to be at 6:30 at night. I thought I had to check it when I first saw that. I thought they'd made a mistake. 6:30 to 9:30. So we're going to get, if these clouds go, we're going to get a nice sunset. It was 25 to 21 degrees here. I'm really quite warm. A lot of things disappeared since the last time I was here. I filmed little bits and pieces. I checked the front of the track and there was just some goldfinch to start with, and then checking for no raptor action at all, at least halfway down the track. And then it was just buzzards sat on posts in the distance when you can see this amazing heat haze. And I just filmed it just to show you what's going on. And there were two buzzards. I couldn't quite make out what they were doing. They were sort of being a bit sort of friendly with each other. And I think it was one of the light morph one. Skylark action. I got when we parked up at the turning circle. There was some skylarks taking dust baths. And reed warblers, I tried to get some reed warblers. I mean, they wouldn't stop for 5 seconds. I've got one in the distance collecting flies off a bush. Nothing amazing, but one landed by the Carlsons I pulled away, typical. And what else? Marsh harriers flying around near the usual points where the juveniles came out a couple of weeks ago. My wife's just there at the pond looking for some frogs. They're making a lot of racket there. And this is the marsh. Is it the marsh frog? Blackbirds, linnets, goldfinch. You can hear there's lots of reed warblers here. Anything else on the track? Some pheasant chicks. They came out. I got just a few seconds of them. I think Mum said, "Get back in the reeds at safety." No bitterns as yet. Down in Stodmarsh I saw on Facebook they had 4, so but it's a bit I'm not driving all the way down there for that. We're here for the boat ride anyway. But anything else can happen. I've seen reed buntings, and we just having a look for the short-eared owls, and then I'm going to take a walk down and see if the little owls have got a bit of respite here. The sun's behind the clouds. Dragonfly over here, a little bit of video of that. Anything to sort of sort of bulk up the video today, because it's a little bit quiet, but I'll try and keep it interesting for you. Hopefully the boat ride's going to be some good action. So it definitely ended up being one of the quietest days at Elmley for a while, and I'm just heading off to our boat ride around the island to the forts. The only unusual thing from the trip was some stoats ran across the road, and they were jumping all over the place. By the time I sort of leant out the cab to get photos, they were jumped around and gone, so nothing really usable. They're all slightly soft. And then just further along the track, just some footage of some yellow wagtails. I took advantage of them being quite close to the car. So yeah, we just scanned our tickets. We're walking out to the dock now. I'm going to do a bit of filming before I get to the boat. I think this is this should really be good. There are things already flying around, and I've always known when I've come here at the end of the day in previous years, there've always been things flying around or coming into land on the beach to feed. So I have high hopes that we're going to see something interesting today. And if it is, I'm definitely going to come and do this again very soon. So yeah, a bit of a down on the Elmley side. Sometimes it's like that. I did look, got a little bit of there was a little bit of skylark action. Not great. They all start appearing at the end of the day as well. Anyway, I thought when I saw the tide, I thought, how are they going to? But this is an all tides landing. Anyway, let's do this. How packed does that boat look? It looks quite full of people. Looks like there's going to be about 70 or 80 people on there. Let's go. So we're just approaching the forts, and not much sea action, but it's a few things that I don't normally see. Got some sandwich turns with fish in their mouth, just as we came around the west side of the island, which was a nice change. And a lone gannet just gave us a flyby, which is very exciting. I think the seas need to be choppier. From what I've read up, that the seabirds, they like the sort of choppier waters. If you're going to see any kind of sheer waters or skuas or things like that, they're going to be in rougher seas. So we're just approaching the forts, and we'll be going around for about 20 minutes. Also had I don't know if it was a juvenile greater black-backed gull. I'm going by the pink legs. Just take off from one of the boys.
Enough diesel to keep those generators turning for approximately 3 weeks. Now it could be that you were stationed out here for 3 weeks, particularly in the winter months when the rough seas existed. The turbulent weather patterns coming across the North Atlantic might prevent barges of oil, water coming out here to resupply you. You can see what's left of, it looks a bit like a rope ladder hanging down. But from that tower, that was the command tower. It was in here where many of the officers were then stationed. It was in here where all the radio communications were kept. It was here where we sighted the Germans from the top deck of this tower. There was no gun on the command tower. it was just a lookout station. Aerials and radar was also placed on the top. It was here where those emergency signals were sent back to London to say that the Germans had been sighted and perhaps to get the squadrons of Spitfires into the air.
So that was quite good. As I say, nearly said promised. We were told there possibly would be a peregrine falcon on the forts, but there wasn't. Not today. They said 2 days ago. So other than that, it's mostly herring gulls, a couple of chicks in there. Scanned around, nothing else going on. But the sun's come out now, and it's going to be a beautiful sunset. So the weather has definitely changed.